Listen closely, because this isn't another run-of-the-mill prepper list telling you to stock up on beans and bullets. You've spent months, maybe even years, building your stash, filling those shelves, and meticulously packing that bug-out bag. You're probably confident you're prepared for the worst, right? You've got the water, the food, the first aid. But when the lights go out for good, not just for a few days, but for good, you might just realize your carefully curated checklist was missing the 15 items that truly matter for survival in the new, brutal world. That's the brutal truth no one wants to say out loud. Most preppers focus on the basics, the obvious, the things that make them feel prepared. But the basics run out. They get stolen. They become useless without the critical, often overlooked items that turn into pure survival currency when the grid dies for good. In collapse, value flips. No one's rushing to trade gold for water when they're dying of thirst, or silver for safety when they need a fire. They're hunting for what works, what keeps their blood clean, their bodies warm, and their minds sharp. Let's dive into the 15 items your 2025 prepper checklist absolutely needs. Number 1. Collapsible water bottle with built-in filter. Most folks grab a case of bottled water and call it done. They stack it high in the garage, feeling secure. A single gallon per person per day sounds great on paper, right? Until you have to move. Until that stack of plastic bottles becomes dead weight, impossible to carry when you're hoofing it out of a gridlocked city or fleeing a compromised location. That's when you realize the flaw in the hoard water strategy. What you actually need is dynamic hydration. A 2-liter collapsible bottle that screws directly onto a straw filter. Think about it. Empty. This thing weighs a mere 4 ounces and slips into a coat pocket, barely noticeable. But when every creek, every rain puddle, every abandoned retention pond becomes a potential hydration source, this bottle turns it into potable water. You won't be camping beside the only pond for miles, waiting for morning, because you'll be drinking while you walk. That's efficiency. That's mobility. My take? Don't cheap out here. Pick one rated for bacteria, protozoa, and the increasingly prevalent microplastics. In 2025, these advanced filters are affordable, so skip the off-brand garbage that only handles taste, because taste won't save you from giardia or worse. Look for brands that offer robust flow rates, because when you're sucking water from a stagnant ditch, you want it to come through fast and clean. And always keep a spare filter cartridge. These things have a lifespan, and you don't want to be caught with a clogged filter when your body is screaming for hydration. This isn't just about drinking water, it's about maintaining operational effectiveness when every ounce of energy counts. Number 2. Electrolyte packets. Rice and beans keep you alive, sure. They provide the caloric energy to keep moving. But salt, electrolytes, that's what keeps you moving efficiently. That's what keeps your brain firing, your muscles contracting, and your core temperature regulated. Electrolyte loss isn't just uncomfortable. It's what sends otherwise healthy adults to the ground during long hikes, forced marches, or grid-down heat waves when air conditioning is a distant memory. Dehydration is bad enough. Electrolyte imbalance is a silent killer that saps your strength and judgment. A strip of single-serve vacuum-sealed electrolyte packets takes up less space than a deck of cards. It weighs next to nothing. But it turns any liter of water into a life-sustaining sports drink, replacing crucial minerals your body sweats out under stress. You're not just rehydrating. You're restoring vital functions. Look for packets with a solid profile, around 300 milligrams sodium, 150 milligrams potassium, and a dash of magnesium. These aren't just for athletes. They're for anyone who has to exert themselves in a world without climate control or easy access to balanced nutrition. My take? Rotate these every 3 years, even though they can last longer. They cost pennies now, but when pharmacies are looted and hospitals are running low on IV saline, these packets become a legitimate form of currency. Imagine the value of being able to prevent heat stroke or severe cramping for yourself or a loved one, or even to trade for a critical favor. This is about more than just personal health. It's about maintaining a functional unit, whether that's you, your family, or your small group. Don't underestimate the power of these tiny, unassuming packets. Number 3. USB-C hand crank power bank. Solar is great. It's clean, it's silent, and it's renewable. Until the clouds park overhead for a week straight. Until ash from a distant fire blocks out the sun. Until you're operating under dense tree cover or inside a structure. Then your fancy solar panels become dead weight, and your devices become bricks. That's when you need a backup, a fail-safe that generates power on demand, no matter the conditions. Enter the palm-sized lithium bank with a fold-out hand crank. This isn't for charging your laptop, it's for critical communications and illumination. 2 minutes of steady spinning can give you 20 minutes of talk time on a basic phone or enough juice to send a crucial text. This is about maintaining a lifeline, not streaming videos. Make sure it has pass-through charging so you can run your headlamp directly off the crank while simultaneously topping up the internal battery. Efficiency in a crisis means multitasking your power generation. My take? Look for models with a built-in flashlight. It doubles as your backup bulb, saving precious ounces in your pack, because every ounce counts when you're carrying your world on your back. Test it quarterly. The internal gears are often plastic, and they will strip if a curious kid treats it like a toy or if you abuse it. This isn't a toy, it's a critical piece of survival tech. Knowing it works when you need it most is priceless. It's the difference between being completely cut off and having a whisper of connection to the outside world, or at least a light to navigate by. Number 4, Flat Pack Fishing Kit. When the grocery stores are empty and the deer have been hunted to extinction within a 5-mile radius, where do your calories come from? Folding saws are slick for firewood, but a flat pack fishing kit? That's pure protein on demand. 10 hooks, 4 split-shot weights, and 50 feet of 4-pound test line, all rolled into a piece of duct tape the size of a stick of gum. Toss in a couple of hand-tied flies, maybe some simple woolly buggers or nymphs, and you have the potential for calories for weeks. Think beyond pristine mountain streams. Lakes, retention ponds, even drainage canals in abandoned suburban developments hold fish. When restaurants stop stocking the freezer, those forgotten waterways become your larder. This isn't about trophy fishing, it's about sustenance. Pair the kit with a folded bit of aluminum can for an impromptu lure, reflective metal flashes like a minnow in murky water, drawing in hungry fish. My take? Practice tying a clinch knot now. Practice it blindfolded, practice it with cold fingers. You do not. I want to be learning how to tie a knot when your stomach is growling and your life depends on that line holding. This kit is lightweight, practically invisible, and offers a sustainable food source where others see only stagnant water. It's a silent promise of protein, a critical psychological boost when despair starts to set in. Number 5, Dental Repair Cement. Nothing drops morale faster than mouth pain. A cracked molar feels like a lightning strike at 2 a.m., with no dentist in sight, no painkillers, and no hope of professional care. That kind of agony can break a person, make them useless, and drain the resources of an entire group. You can't fight. You can't focus. You can barely eat. Over-the-counter dental repair cement sets in 20 minutes and can last 6 weeks. That's 6 weeks of buying you time to find professional care, or at least to manage the pain until the tooth can be extracted if absolutely necessary. One tiny tin holds enough for 3 applications and stores for 5 years. Add a couple of floss picks and a folded square of sterile gauze for a field kit that weighs under an ounce. My take? This tiny tub earns its keep faster than another folding knife, another redundant flashlight. It's a specialized item, yes, but its value in preventing debilitating pain and preserving morale is immeasurable. Ignoring dental hygiene in a grid-down scenario is a recipe for disaster. A simple toothache can escalate into a life-threatening infection without modern medicine. This cement is a stopgap, a bridge, and a crucial piece of your medical preparedness. Number 6, Silnylon Rain Poncho. Forget the vinyl garbage bag kind that tears on the first branch, leaving you soaked and miserable. That's not preparedness, that's a false sense of security. What you need is multifunctional, durable, and lightweight. A Silnylon poncho fits the bill perfectly. This isn't just a rain garment. It covers you and your 40-liter pack, keeping your critical gear dry. It doubles as a ground cloth, protecting you from damp earth and giving you a clean surface to work on. And it triples as a small tarp shelter, offering quick protection from the elements, a windbreak, or even a privacy screen. At 9 ounces, it costs less weight than a dedicated rain jacket and pack cover combined, because efficiency of weight and space is paramount when you're mobile. My take? Pick an earth tone color, olive green, coyote brown, muted gray. Bright orange is great for rescues, sure, but it's terrible for blending into the tree line when evacuation traffic clogs the roads or when you need to maintain a low profile. Your goal is to be unseen, unheard, and unbothered. This poncho is a chameleon of survival gear, adapting to multiple needs while keeping you dry and concealed. Number 7. Ferro rod with magnesium tinder block. Bic lighters fail in the wind. Matches drown in rain. Relying on them for fire in a crisis is a gamble you can't afford to lose. Fire isn't just for warmth, it's for cooking, for boiling water, for signaling, for psychological comfort. It's a cornerstone of survival. A ferro rod, properly used, throws 3,000-degree sparks even when soaked, even when your hands are numb. That's reliable ignition. But the real game changer is pairing it with a magnesium tinder block. Shave a coin-sized pile of magnesium from the side block. It burns incredibly hot and fast. One strike from your ferro rod ignites that magnesium, which then ignites even damp twigs and kindling. This isn't just fire, it's guaranteed fire. My take? Choose a rod with a handle long enough to grip comfortably, even with gloves on. Frostbite fingers fumble those stubby keychain ones, and fumbling means failure. Glue a ranger band, a thick rubber band cut from an inner tube, around the spine of your ferro rod. It holds a small wad of tinder securely, giving you an all-in-one fire-starting package. It's fired in a $5 package, but its value is truly priceless when the temperature drops and the rain starts to fall. Number 8. Knee-high contractor bags. This isn't just about trash. This is about versatility, durability, and sheer utility for pennies. 3 mil, black, a roll of 20. These aren't your flimsy kitchen bags. These are heavy-duty, industrial-grade workhorses. Think of the applications. Line a wet sleeping bag to protect it from further moisture. Haul 30 pounds of foraged apples or scavenged supplies. Bury waste when plumbing disappears, maintaining crucial hygiene. Cut one down the side, and you have an instant rain skirt, a makeshift poncho, or a quick solar still for water collection. You can even use them as a temporary concealment for gear when helicopters thump overhead, blending your supplies into the shadows. My take? They cost less than a candy bar each and store anywhere. Your vehicle trunk, your office drawer, that box of forgotten Christmas decorations. Buy the unscented version. Raccoons, bears, and other scavengers love the perfumed kind, and you don't want to attract unwanted attention to your supplies or your camp. These bags are the ultimate low-tech, high-impact item for improvised solutions in a chaotic world. Number 9. Headlamp with red light mode. Night vision saves your life. It saves your stealth. It preserves your ability to operate effectively and safely when the sun goes down. A headlamp with a red LED isn't a luxury. It's a non-negotiable. The red light preserves your natural night vision, meaning when you turn it off, your eyes are still adapted to the dark. White light, even a brief flash, completely ruins your night adaptation for minutes, leaving you blind and vulnerable. This also makes you invisible across a parking lot, or less conspicuous in the woods. You need to be able to see without being seen. Pick a model that has a lockout feature so it doesn't accidentally switch on in your pack, draining the battery or giving away your position. My take? Lithium AAA batteries. They hold their charge for 10 years, resist cold better, and won't leak and ruin the contacts of your critical gear like alkalines inevitably do. Practice walking your property, navigating your home, or setting up a camp with only the red beam. Make that motion feel natural now, so when the streetlights never come back on, you're not fumbling in the dark. Your ability to move and work under cover of darkness will be a major advantage. Number 10. Pocket chainsaw. Folding saws are slick, they have their place. But when you need serious processing power for firewood, for clearing a path, or for building a more substantial shelter, a 36-inch chain of toothed steel is a game changer. This isn't a toy, it's a portable, muscle-powered lumberjack. Wrap it around a dead limb, pull back and forth with both hands, and you're through a 6-inch log in 60 seconds. Try that with a folding saw. It weighs a mere 6 ounces and stows in a tin smaller than a sunglasses case. This is about efficient, high-volume wood processing without the noise, weight, or fuel requirements of a gas chainsaw. It's silent, reliable power. My take? Oil the chain twice a year with a drop of vegetable oil to prevent rust. You don't want it seizing up when you need it most. And wear gloves. The handles are typically nylon loops that will bite bare palms after 5 minutes of fast cutting. This tool isn't pretty, but it's effective. It means more warmth, more cooking fuel, and more structural material when you need it most. Number 11. Waterproof document sleeve. You remembered food. You remembered water. But what about your deed, your passport, your birth certificate, that printed Bitcoin wallet, or the encryption key for your digital assets? In a world without reliable power or the internet, paper documents become king again, and paper, as you know, disintegrates with water. A roll-top vinyl sleeve with a robust zipper seal keeps paper readable after a dunk in the river, a torrential downpour, or an accidental spill. Fold in a couple of silica gel packets to absorb any residual moisture, and you've got an instant, compact, dry box for your most critical papers. My take? Slide the sleeve into the back of your go bag, riding high and flat against your back. This keeps documents from creasing, and believe me, creased or damaged documents will raise eyebrows at any checkpoint, official or unofficial. Make times 2 times copies of everything. Keep one in the sleeve and the other in a separate, secure location. A cousin's safe, a safety deposit box, or whatever redundancy looks like for your specific situation. Don't let a lack of paper prove to be your undoing. Number 12. Vacuum-sealed instant coffee. Morale matters. It matters more than almost anything when you're physically exhausted, mentally drained, and emotionally frayed. A tiny brick of Starbucks Via or any quality vacuum-sealed instant coffee stays potent for 5 years. Even better, it brews with cold water if you're desperate. No fire needed, just a liter of water and a stirring implement. Caffeine withdrawal triggers headaches that mimic illness, making you irritable, slow, and prone to bad decisions. Stay sharp for route finding, for making critical decisions, or for negotiating a trade. Slip 5 sticks into every coat pocket, glove box, and bike bag you own. My take? This isn't just about your personal fix. Coffee becomes currency faster than silver when everyone's exhausted and running on fumes. Trade individual packets for batteries, for bandages, for information, or for a moment of peace. The ability to offer a morale boost to yourself or others is a powerful, often overlooked, survival tool. Don't underestimate the psychological lift a hot or cold cup of coffee can provide in a bleak world. Number 13. Roll of tenacious tape. Duct tape is the darling of every prepper blog, the universal fix-all. And it's good, don't get me wrong. But tenacious tape? That's the next level. This stuff is specifically made for technical fabrics, sil nylon, down, gore, tex, ripstop nylon. It's engineered to bond strongly and permanently without leaving that gummy. Impossible to remove residue that duct tape does. Patch a sleeping bag in the field, sealing a tear that would otherwise lead to critical heat loss. Seal a cracked water bladder, preventing catastrophic water loss. Bandage a dog's sliced paw without leaving behind sticky gunk that attracts dirt and irritates the wound. One roll of this repairs gear that keeps you alive, not just handy stuff. It's the difference between a minor inconvenience and a major failure. My take? Store it wrapped around an old gift card or a small piece of plastic. This keeps it flat, accessible, and protected. The original plastic tube it comes in often cracks in cold weather, rendering it useless. This tape is lightweight, compact, and provides a durable, professional-grade field repair that could literally save your life or your most critical gear. Number 14. Laminated plant ID cards. Foraging books are heavy, they're bulky, and paper disintegrates when wet, making them useless after a week of rain or a dunk in the river. In a world where food sources are scarce, knowing what to eat and what not to eat is paramount. What you need is a 3x5 card deck, heat laminated for waterproof durability. Each card shows clear photos of 50 local edibles and, critically, 5 deadly lookalikes. Drill a hole, zip-tie the deck to your pack strap, and flip through while you hike. This isn't just about finding food, it's about avoiding poison. My take? Add notes on the back with a fine-tip Sharpie when you find new patches of plants or discover local knowledge. Knowledge weighs nothing, but only if you can access it when it matters most. This deck is light, robust, and provides crucial, life-saving information when you're relying on the land for sustenance. Don't risk eating something that will incapacitate or kill you because your paper guide turned to pulp. Number 15. Stainless straw with charcoal pods. Sometimes you can't make a fire. Sometimes you don't have time to wait for chlorine dioxide tabs to work. Sometimes you just need a quick, clean sip of water from a questionable source. That's when a robust, reusable stainless straw with integrated charcoal and hollow fiber membrane filtration becomes your lifeline. This isn't just a simple filter, it removes heavy metals and cryptosporidium, two nasty threats that standard filters often miss or struggle with. It allows you to sip straight from a puddle, a stagnant stream, or a questionable container when time or fire isn't an option. It won't handle chemicals like pesticides or industrial runoff, so pair it with chlorine dioxide tabs for those specific threats. My take? Mark the straw with bright tape or a unique color. This is your personal hydration tool. Don't share it during group hikes or when operating with others, because stomach bugs travel fast when hygiene slips and cross-contamination is rampant. This straw is a personal shield against waterborne illness, offering immediate, critical access to hydration when every other option is slow, risky, or unavailable. It's a direct link to survival. Preparedness isn't hoarding, it's smart redundancy. It's about building layers of capability, anticipating failure points, and focusing on practical, multi-use solutions. These 15 items fill the gaps most checklists skip. They are lightweight, low-cost, and multifunctional. Gear that keeps you moving, keeps you healthy, and keeps you operational when the world stands still. Don't just read this. Print this list. Tape it inside your pantry door. Start crossing items off before the next headline breaks, before the next crisis hits, before the unraveling accelerates. Because the time to prepare is always before you need it. Stay sharp, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.